We was on the bottom, yeah. Now we headed to the top, new level. On my level, don't see anybody, I don't see him. This right here could never stop, this could never stop. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. One time, ay. I live on a job, right? Yeah, I'm always at work, right? Real people stay by me, right? Haters wanna do hurt, right? Know they tryna stop me, right? Drag my name through dirt, right? I don't feed into the hate, right? I just answer with a smirk, facts. I feel so special, facts. I know my worth, facts. My bloodline royal, facts. We the kings of the earth, right? You can't stop this, nah, nah. You can't stop this, no way. Yo.
Right. The Bible is what discerns everything. And you can't make it through. You think you made it this far by what is it? By coincidence. No, God let you make it this far for today, for right now, so you can hear why you are here today, to learn that you're a child of Israel, and to learn that you got to keep God's commandments, and to learn how to get into the kingdom. Because right now, these are the keys to the kingdom waving in your face. Are you going to take them and use them, or are you going to say, you know what the hell with these Negroes? You got to decide. Read that.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two people walk together if they don't agree? Let me ask you a question. I'm like, no. Do you agree with that? Like, say I'm let's just say I follow God's commandments. Can I walk with somebody who's a devil worshiper? No. And you know what? In essence, when you don't want to keep God's commandments, you're a devil worshiper. Right. Let's just break it down to the essence. So, can you settle down with somebody who's not willing to keep God's laws? Can you settle down with somebody who's not willing to keep God's laws? No. No, because all it's going to do is bring arguments and confusion in the house, especially when kids come along. Yep. They're going to be confused out of their damn mind. And you know who's to blame? You and you, because you knew who you was dealing with before you settled down with them. Get that in Sirach now. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove.
How do you prove them? That's the question. How do you prove your friend? How do you prove who you're going to be with? If they cool with everything? Okay, yeah, I like that. Stick through the problem, because you want somebody who's going to endure. But are they going to endure when you bring out the scriptures to them? Are they going to be willing to keep the commandments? That's how you prove them. You understand that, sis? You prove them that way. That's how you prove them, by what God says. You understand that? Read.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Don't be hasty to credit them just because they look good, just because they talk sweet, just because they went and met your parents. That don't mean nothing. That means cat dog, you know what? It don't mean crap. Because anybody could go meet your parents. I used to think it was funny. Hey, I'll go meet her parents. I don't care. As long as by the end of the night, I get what I want out of the deal. You know what I'm saying? As long as I get what I need. That doesn't mean anything. How do you prove them? How do you show them? Read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
You have to find out if they're around for their own occasion. Because some sisters might be just around you because you got all the weed. Because you smoke. Because I see the lighter. The lighter is full advertisement that you blow. So guess what? She could just be chilling. Let me ask you a question. She smoke too? She could be just around for the bag. She could just be around to get zooted. Right. Hey, 4 years to get zooted. That's it. Damn. That's all. But guess what? See what happens when you stop smoking. I'm going to tell you what happened with my homeboys when I stopped smoking. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. They left. Next thing I know, hey, damn, where y'all went? I thought y'all was my brother. I thought y'all had love for me. Guess what? None of them are here to this day. Not one of them. Guess what's going to happen when you close your legs and you say, you know what? I'm waiting to marriage. I'm waiting to find out I got a righteous man in my life before I give him my goods. Because that's the most precious thing you could give a man. Right. Is your goods. Right. That's the most precious thing. That's why when they say a woman loses her virginity, she's attached to the man that she lost it to. Because God meant it that way. God meant for only one person to be with you.
Right.
Real quick, who got a Bible? Get the Bible dictionary for me real quick and get marriage. Because I want to show y'all how important it is to God. Read on.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Some people will not be around when the day of trouble comes up. When the day of trouble comes, you know what the day of trouble is? Say you down on your luck. Say you lose your job. Say you don't have money. Will they be around during those times? Will they stick through it with you? Say you down on your luck. Will he be there for you when you're down on your luck? These are the questions that you gotta ask.
Right.
Because some are only a friend for their own occasion. Read on.
And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity,
Turn to an enemy. Read.
and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
Because some are a friend at a table. What's going on when you at a table? What's happening at a table? Conversation. What else are you doing at a table? Eating. So some friends are only around when you eating. That's what God said. Because guess what? Let's say you got a good job. There's some men that will only be with you because you got a place to live at and you got a good job.
Right.
There's some women prove it all the time. That some women are just out because they call them gold diggers. Some of them are just gold diggers. They only want what you got in your pocket. They'll sleep with you. They'll make you feel good, but they only want what you got while you eating. All right, read that. Marriage.
This is on the Bible dictionary. Marriage.
Nope. Dang, y'all brothers ain't got no highlights, right? Where's this down? Right here, marriage.
Marriage is contracted in the Lord, received as a divine vocation.
Divine. Marriage is divine. Read.
Acknowledged with humility and thanksgiving.
Humility and thanksgiving. That means it's a humbling situation. Read.
And sanctified by the word of God.
Wait. It said that a marriage is sanctified by the word of God. Read.
And prayer. Sex is holy.
Sex is what?
Holy.
What is sex?
Holy.
So when you give a man or you give a sister your rod, guess what? It is a holy situation. God says sex is holy. Sex is holy. Get that, Toby.
Sex is holy, being the creation and gift of God.
Being a creation and gift of God. Sex is a creation and gift of God. It is used to create life. Sex is a holy situation that a lot of us did prior to knowing this. We signed a contract and we didn't even know we signed a contract. You guess what? Your rod was the pen. And you just said, you know what, I'm ready to commit and I'm ready to stay with this person forever. Imagine the person that you slept with somebody that you hate, you detest. But God says you're supposed to marry that person. Because, hey, you just signed the contract. Read on.
It is fulfilled only as regulated by the law of God in marriage.
It's a law of God in marriage. That's it on that. That's what is regulated by. Marriage is regulated by the sex of a man and a woman coming together under the union of God, becoming a husband and wife. Meaning, if a man want to lay down with you, what are you going to tell him? No matter how good he look, he could be swollen bold. It don't matter. Hey, he can walk around with it just swinging on you. You know what you do? You exit the building. You flee sin. Read.
The book of Tobit, chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this, my sister, for lust.
So you're not supposed to take anybody for lust. You're not supposed to take them for lust. You're not supposed to take a man for lust. But mainly you, because it's talking to the man right now. You are not supposed to take any of these sisters for lust. Read.
But uprightly.
But uprightly. What's upright? God's commandments. Read on.
Therefore, mercifully ordained that we may become aged together.
You are supposed to grow old together. You know what we did in slavery? In the midst of slavery, we grew old together.
Right.
We had families.
Right.
We married our women. We didn't go around sleeping from woman to woman. Because you know where that comes from? Sleeping from woman to woman. What was that they had in slavery when we slept around? What was the name of the slave? Mandingos. That's what all our men think they're mandingos now.
Bring it out.
No, you have to marry them. Read.
The exclusive sexual relation between husband and wife points to the exclusive commitment of total responsibility for each other.
Ooh, it says you have total responsibility for each other, meaning you're going to grow age together and be responsible for each other, watching each other, meaning say you lose your job, she going to pick up where you left off.
Right.
She's going to get woman's work. Because that's what our foremothers did. They took care of the family if the husband fell down. And guess what? If you don't want her to work, then guess what? She don't gotta work as long as you bringing in enough income. But if both of y'all gotta work, y'all gonna work together. Cause why? Cause the end goal is to grow age together,
Right.
so that you have a family. Cause let me ask you a question: how many of y'all grew up in a single parent household? That's a problem. And if we got 3 people up here, 2 raise their hand, that's the same thing in this community. Every 3 out of 2 people grow up without someone in their house. That's every community. 2 out of 3 have nobody in the house, but either mom or dad. And most time it's only mom. And mothers cannot raise men. Because you know what happens when a mother raises a man? They grow up sensual. Real quick, get that in Isaiah. Let's prove it. Isaiah 3 and verse 12. Let's prove what God says. Because everything we saying, let me ask y'all a question. Have we not came out of the Bible with exactly what we're saying? Or do everything we bring from the Bible, right? Everything's from the Bible. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
It says children are oppressors. Because who's doing the most violence in our community? Is it old people or young people? It's young people. Who's the ones that you see on World Star, on TikTok doing the crazy stuff? Is it old people or young people? Young people. You don't see too many old people doing the crate challenge. You don't see too many old people jacking people on the street and doing this and that and the third. It's usually the young people. And why is that? Read it again.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Because they're growing up without fathers in the house. The women are ruling the house. Because there's an old saying that it's actually scriptural, that you just like your mother. Because however your mother acts, the characteristics your mother has, you're going to have those. So if she grew up in the house having men come in and out, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have men coming in and out. But what changes that? What changes that? God's laws is what's going to change that. God's laws is what's going to separate everything. Because God's laws will change you in a twinkle of an eye. What is that?
1644.
What is it? Psalms. Go to that one in Psalms. Psalms 111 and 10. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
So, in order to stop all this, in order to stop single parent households, in order for us to stop idolizing women and idolizing the things in the world, in order for us to stop smoking, in order for you to stop wearing spandex and you stop wearing spandex and to put on a modest dress, guess what? You have to have the fear of God on you.
Right.
Read.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
It's the very beginning of wisdom. So when you fear God, your wisdom will begin to grow in you. Read.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
What did it just say? How do you get the understanding? By doing what? Fearing God, but doing what? By following his commandments. Do you agree with that? So, therefore, is there easy? Can we fix the situations going on in our families and in our marriage, in our houses, and in our communities? How do we fix it? Following his commandments.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power,
while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.